Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector, and it's Friday, and thank God it's Friday. God, it's been a crazy week for me, really busy at work, just doing lots of stuff, and good stuff. I mean, it's good to be busy, like most of us are, and so just glad it's Friday, glad it's a weekend. And so anyway, something happened today that I wanted to talk about. Then I'm going to show off some pickups for the week. Really kind of stuff all this week. It's not a ton of stuff, but a few things. Some stuff that I really enjoy. But Whitey Ford passed away today. And, you know, Whitey Ford was 91 years old. Probably the greatest Yankees pitcher of all time. And it's interesting that he passed away because when I started doing our podcast, one of the first episodes I did, I think it was episode 2. That sounds right. Episode 2 was talking about when you have living legends and they're still alive, that's when you want to be trying to, if you have any interest in picking up their stuff, you should try to do it while they're still alive, because once they pass away, the price of poker goes up, and so you got to be willing to pay that. But I don't necessarily, I mean, I understand that that's what happens. I find it interesting that that does happen because he hasn't done anything other than pass away between yesterday and today. Why should his stuff be worth any more today than it was yesterday? But that's just how it works. That's just the way it is. And it's when we did that video, it was me and Eric, those back pages, and Andy. She blinded me with refractors. And when we did that video, Whitey Ford was one of the pitchers we talked about, along with Sandy Koufax. We talked about 2 hitters in particular, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. And so the advice still stands, even from just a few weeks ago. And it's what is interesting is with Whitey Ford passing away today. Look, guys, this is real. Like, we're telling you to, like, go invest. If you have any interest in this, you should go investigate it, because you don't know what tomorrow brings. And 2020 has been a pretty crappy year. Well, for a lot of reasons, but in terms of losing Hall of Famers, we've had 5 already die this year. And it's early October. Lou Brock, of course, Whitey Ford, Bob Gibson, Al Kaline, and Tom Seaver. So, yeah, appreciate them while they're here. You know, if you want to start picking up their stuff, it's better to do it when they're alive than after they've passed away. It's just that simple. And you know, I was looking over my Whitey Ford stuff just to see what gaps I have, and I realized I don't really have that many. I did a Whitey Ford showcase video like a little over 2 years ago, and I was thinking about doing another one, that because I've added a few things since then, and I was just wondering if you guys would like to see that, if y'all would like to see me do a kind of updated Whitey Ford showcase, kind of in honor of Mr. Ford and his career on baseball cards. I love doing those, so I may do it no matter what you guys say in the comments, but encouragement would be welcomed. So let me know down below if that's something you'd love to see. So yeah, it's kind of what's been going on. All right, let's get to a few pickups. Just all slabs. Here we go. Okie dokie, as Matthew McConaughey would say, all right, all right, all right. Let's get to looking at some cards. So I've been doing a lot more kind of off eBay deals than buying through eBay, although a few of the cards in this stack are from eBay, but the other 2 deals that I did were off eBay. This first one, oh, so pretty. 1956 Topps Eddie Matthews player era autograph. I mean, just look at that. Cards in, I mean, corners are dinged up and everything, but the card's pretty. The card's very nice. And this is a deal that I did with Sean, who is Stealing Second on YouTube. And he'd gotten this card in a submission. I can't remember who the group submission was through, and I was like, oh, I kind of salivated. And then when I got a call offering me this card, I was like, yeah, I'm interested. And so we ended up coming to a price. I paid it and I got the card. So there it is. That's my not my first one. It's my second player era Eddie Matthews autograph. I have a 62 Topps as well. That's just a gorgeous signature. So Love it. Love it. Next up is all just regular slabs for my 4-decade set. I got some kind of cheapies, but still cool cards to have. The first one is this 84 Topps All-Star of Ted Simmons. And these are all like super cheap, like $4 to $8 a piece. You know, so again, you can't even slab a card for that. So I got a Ted Simmons 83 Topps Super Veteran. I don't know what it is about All-Star cards that I love so much. But here's the Topps Hockey Sticks Dave Winfield All-Star card. We call the 82 Topps Hockey Sticks because it looks like a hockey stick on the side right there. All right. Love the way those look. I got this really cool 76 Topps Indians team card. But you can see down there in the bottom right, you got Frank Robinson, Hall of Famer, as the manager. I heard they're they're thinking about renaming the MVP award, the baseball writers. They took off Kennesaw Mountain Landis, which I actually kind of agree with that, based on what we've learned about how Kennesaw Mountain Landis lived his life and how he was as a person. Not that he didn't have a significant impact on baseball in the game, but not necessarily in modern times who you want to be associating with if you don't have to. And they're thinking about renaming the MVP award the Frank Robinson MVP award, which I think would be just super great idea. Frank Robinson, only player to ever win the MVP in both leagues, so that would be appropriate to me. I would be behind that. But guess what? They're not going to ask me. Here's another 76 Topps Raleigh Fingers, and this is part of a deal. The next 3 cards, JT Triple Crown 24, one of my very good friends. He is always at shows and doing things. Why? Because he's a card dealer, but he's always seeing stuff, and he has my login to my registry, so he'll go and, oh, I wonder if Mike has this or this, and then he'll wheel and deal for me and make deals for cards. And this is one he picked up for me, or maybe that came into him to sell, to resell, stuff like that. Anyway, I needed this Raleigh Fingers for my 4-decade set, so I made a deal with him for that. These next 2 are for sure from a show. In fact, they're from the same show that he got. If you haven't seen the video, it's awesome. He got a 53 Topps Satchel Paige and a 53 Topps Jackie Robinson. 2 just beautiful cards. And so the next card I got, this is one I want to spend a little time talking about because it brings up a point if you're collecting slabs that I think is important. 66 Roberto Clemente. You know, great card. One of the few Clementes that I still needed for his just base Topps run. And so this is a 6. And you can see very clearly how off-centered this card is. And there are people that would avoid this card because of its centering. And that's fine. I totally get that. What I look at is this card and I think, is the picture pretty? Yes. Is it off-center? Of course it is. But it's a Roberto Clemente, and it's a 6. And this is the corners are incredibly sharp, the color's sharp. Like this is kind of one of those, if you allowed for qualifiers, and that's something people may or may not know. A qualifier is just an extra. It's either OC for off center, ST for stained, MC for miscut, etc. And you can say, hey, I don't want any qualifiers. Or you can say, go ahead and put a qualifier on there. And so I think this card is an excellent mint 6, but it's probably one of those people that didn't want any qualifiers, because I think this card would be an 8 OC if they allowed qualifiers. And so basically that means the card would be an 8 if not for the off-centerness, or it would be an 8 if not for the miscut or the stain or whatever it is that in it. So it takes it down 2 grades automatically. So this could either be an 8 OC or a straight up 6. I don't care either way. I just want the card, because in the registry it doesn't matter. It counts it as a 6 whether it's an 8 OC or a straight up 6. But I just thought I'd go over that a little bit because it's an interesting dynamic when you're looking at graded cards, just something to keep in mind as you're out there shopping. But I'm just thrilled to have this Clemente, so the fact that it's a 6, great, no problem. Beautiful card. last one today. That's it. See, that was pretty quick, wasn't it? 1955 Bowman Yogi Berra. This is a 4 and incredibly fairly graded. The centering on this is actually not too bad. The Bowman, 55 Bowman, you really want the left to right centering to be more, it's more important, I think, to the aesthetic and look of the card, and this one is pretty good for left to right centering. But there's a 55 Bowman Yogi Berra. So there you go, guys. That is it for today. Thanks for sticking around. Let me know what you think about the Whitey Ford showcase. Is that something you want to see me do? I'd enjoy doing it. I'll probably do it anyway, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. So thanks everybody for watching. Have a great day and a great weekend. We'll catch you soon. Keep collecting.